Much better. Hopefully the dogs will hold it down in there while I attempt to make this video I've been wanting to make about marijuana, basically. Um, when I was a teenager, I remember going to Starship. For those of you not in the Tulsa area, that's our oldest head shop in the area, I believe. Oz is about the same age. But going to Starship, and I did not pick it up. I still kick myself for it, but I did not pick up High Times #1. And it had an Eskimo, I mean, not the correct term necessarily, but somebody up in Alaska, a native person, wearing a fuzzy parka and holding a joint with a big smile. And this was because marijuana was legal, I think, up to an ounce in Alaska at that time. And this is 76, 77, so I expected marijuana to be legal sometime by, I don't know, the mid 80s. I didn't think I'd have to wait till I was an old man. Uh, I'm now 57 years old. That was like 40 years ago. And basically, recreational marijuana is still not on the ballot yet. We certainly hope it'll get on there. But medical marijuana passed. I have a card. We've got more medical marijuana places popping up in Tulsa right now than we have Quick Trips. And believe me, there's a Quick Trip on every corner of Tulsa. And Starbucks, 170 or something in the greater Tulsa area. And Tulsa's a big area, but there's not a whole lot of people here compared to, Chicago or Los Angeles. So per capita, we might be in the weed capital of the world right now. Um, when this all started, there was an attempt earlier on by Oklahomans for Health, which I believe are now Oklahomans for Cannabis, and Oklahomans for Health was a different sect of the group now. I don't really understand the politics. But uh, basically, they failed the first time they tried to get medical on the ballot. And the second time, instead of trying to do it as an amendment, they did it as a state question, in which case they needed less signatures. The amount of signatures they needed were about the amount they made the first time around when they honestly didn't know what they were doing. I was convinced upon hearing that when I met Frank Grove, who was instrumental in this. When I met Frank and I heard this, I was just astonished. To me, there was no doubt this was going to make it. And also in Oklahoma, growing up in Oklahoma, it's kind of hard not to notice how much illegal drug activity is actually going on all around you. So um, I thought that Frank and all of them realized, yeah, if you could make this much when you were disorganized, imagine how much you can make now that you know what you're doing. It turned out no, they really didn't think it was going to happen. They were rather apprehensive themselves. So I guess I'm the only person that was pretty much convinced for the last 2 years that this was going to pass and had no reason really to doubt it. Uh, but here it is. I know a lot of people kind of smiled at me like, yeah, Wilhelm, they're going to allow you to have medical marijuana in Oklahoma. Well, uh, so right now we just, what I just smoked was, what is this stuff? Oh yes, Black Diamond, I guess named after the Kiss song. I got it literally around the corner from my house out here in the Badlands between Tulsa and Sand Springs at Elixirels. And this is like the fifth or sixth place I've hit up over the last few weeks. The price is coming down faster and faster and faster. More places are opening up. And it's kind of interesting, uh, you know, just in plain old good old libertarian free market ideas of watching this process of something that doesn't have a whole lot of regulation, it seems, at the moment, and everyone's in a price war, and just a million of them out here. This is going to be interesting, to say the least. Economists will write about this years from now.